I'm laughing at y'all niggas. Yeah. Give it to me now. Y'all niggas real funny. Money Mafia taking over. Yeah. We clocking. I'm your first lady, riding that black Mercedes. Set up your nigga, got him saying I'm that first lady. Baby, your mouth is sassy. Put a raise in the dirty sauce. That soft like baking soda. Now you do it on the hammer. I'm a boss, bitch. You talk shit, I walk it. AK, what nigga with the full clip? Things you dream about, I already did it. From the streets to cul-de-sacs, from dimes to pound bags. I'm bragging, but these are facts. I see your head bobbing, I'm back. Man, you're robbing, I got these trucks knocking. I'm rolling that purple stuff and drinking that Grey Goose. I roll up to the club, buy 20 a month. Now, if you looking for that work, my nigga, we got it. Posted on the block.
Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's up? Welcome to Thursday Night Live with your girl Eddonis. Yes, baby. I don't really have much of a topic today, but we're gonna do random topics. Drop what y'all eating and drinking in the chats. I'm drinking me one of these Minute Maid lemonade zeros, and I got a bakery. Shout out to Donut Kings in Covington, Georgia. Now I gotta get a shout out to this lady. 'Cause this woman, she's from New York, and when I tell you this lady makes her own pastries and breads in the wee hours of the morning, she puts it down. She showing up do so. If you in Georgia and you in the Covington area, pull up to Donut Kings in Covington, Georgia, off Elm Street. And I came by this woman off a humbug. So I've been working out and stuff like that. She's like, I ain't seen you in a while. I said, I've been trying to lose weight. Can't do that if I come here. But I did cheat this weekend for my son's birthday coming up. So we're doing a little cheating. And definitely I got me got some peas in the blanket and one of the pizza. It's like a pizza pastry she made. And it's really a pizza and like some type of croissant kind of bread. So it's really dope. It's really dope. But anyway, my random live, I want to talk about something that's more impactful, I think. I'm trying to take my channel in a different direction. So I'm not trying to be a psychopath. I'm going to say, I ain't trying to be on psychopath nigga shit. I'm just being as point blank as I possibly can. So I am taking my channel in a different direction. With those powers combined, trying to keep it a lot peaceful over here. Talk about topics that can really do something for your life. So, Word on the Curve has these folks trying to take our 14th Amendment from us. Now, some of us know what the 14th Amendment is. Some of us don't. I haven't done much research, but I figured we could do it together. And if you got a topic you want to kick out there to me, I will definitely look into it. What up, Miss Barbara? I see you down there in my chats. How you been? How you been? So, excuse me if I'm slacking, because I'm eating dinner and live with y'all at the same time. Because I've been working all day. So, definitely going to be snacking and live. So, let me get my screen back up here. The 14th Amendment said ratified in 1868, the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution granted citizenship to all persons born and neutralized in the United States, including formerly enslaved people, and guaranteed all citizens equal protection of the laws. That is the What Up Prosperity 26. It is one of the three reconstructions of era. This is what Google say: era amendments. The amendment contains 5 distinct sections, which include citizenship and civil rights. Section 1. This section is the cornerstone of the American civil liberties. It contains 3 major clauses. Citizen clauses grants automatic U.S. citizenship to anyone born or naturalized in the country. Due process clause prohibits state and local governments from depriving any person of life, liberty, or property without fair legal procedures. Equal protection clause requires states to provide equal protection to all people within their jurisdiction, serve as the basis for I think it's, yeah, desegregation and the fight against discrimination. You said, what's the topic of Prosperity 20? See, the topic is they're trying to take away the 14th Amendment. This is what I heard from a couple people on YouTube and Instagram. I haven't done any investigation, but we will be investigating together tonight. He said, did y'all hear about the 70-year-old lady that fought in the restaurant and then passed away? No, but we're gonna stay on this topic though right here. Because this one is important, especially to African Americans. Or not African American, black, or you're a person of color here in America. Equal protection clause requires states to provide equal protection to all people within their jurisdiction, serving as the basis. I read that one. Okay. Appropriation and representative, section 2. This section addresses representation in Congress. It penalizes states that denied voting rights and a voting right to adult male citizens by proportionally reducing the state's representation in the House of Senate. This was later expanded by the 15th and 19th Amendments. 3. Disqualifications from office, also known as the Insurrection Clause. This provision prohibits anyone who previously took an oath to support the Constitution and then engaged in rebellion or insurrection against the United States from holding federal or state office. Congress can remove this restriction by 2/3 vote of both houses. Section 4, public debt. The section validates the debt of the United States government, but explicitly declared all debts and obligations incurred by the Confederacy, including compensation and emancipation of slaves, to be illegal and voided. What up, T Real? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you for pulling up. 5 is enforcement. Grants Congress the power to enforce the amendments provision by passing appropriate legislation, which paved the way for majority modern legislation like the Civil Rights Act of 1964. So this is the amendment that they're trying to do away with. While we're distracted and worried about other things, we should be concerned with these things being taken away from us. Now, since I heard this floating around online, on my previous live, I did say I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, and also mentioned that I met a federal news reporter, and they say that each country has a department where they put things out on social media to persuade the minds of the people. So with that power be combined, you have to do some research on your own. So I'm a Google, because that's my friend. It's either that or what CNN. I've seen it is stressful, man. Who was supposed to get rid of the 14th Amendment? Let's see who's supposed to be doing this. Who's supposed to get rid? Let's type it as we speak. The 14th Amendment. We're about to find out something. Because as a person of color, you should be concerned. And men. I see. Okay. According to the AI version of Google, are you giving me smack a T-Real? I'm eating a pig in a blanket from a spot in Atlanta called Donut King. And it's smacking. I'm sorry for smacking in y'all ear. And I got on headphones too. I know it ain't making no better, but baby, these things. Ooh-wee. What you eating, T-Real? So according to AI and NIM online, the 14th Amendment has not been eliminated, but President Trump has been the most prominent figure recently attempted to override or reinterpret it. January 2025, he signed an executive order 14160, which sought to deny birthright citizenship to children born in the United States to undocumented immigrants and parents with temporary legal status. This order faced has faced several legal challenges. The Constitution cannot be legally changed via an executive order. Doing away with or significantly rewriting the 14th Amendment would require either an act of Congress to pass a constitutional amendment, a two-thirds vote in both houses, plus approval by two quarters of the states, or a landmark ruling by a superior Supreme Court. This amendment was recently brought into the public eye in May of 2026, most recently, when Alabama House Speaker Nathan Ledbetter faced media backlash for comments he made expressing a desire to see the Supreme Court overturn Amendment 14 during a press conference regarding Alabama's ongoing redirecting litigation. He later clarified that his remarks were directed at the court's redirecting map rather than the amendment itself. I mean, as a Southern girl, I'm not surprised somebody from Alabama would want the 14th Amendment on the way. It's not a surprise. Now, I do see there are parts of it that they probably want to get rid of. I say leave it alone, but potato, who are we? We don't even get a chance to vote on it. We just got to sit there and deal with it. However, with that being said, if they get rid of the 14th Amendment, that's crazy. That means we can go back to being slaves in 5.2 seconds. While we were about which rapper doing this and what celebrity doing that, if they so happen, to get their way with redirecting, or he says, "Oh, you're good. I was just asking. I'm hungry myself right now." It sounds good. Oh, it's very good. It's very good. It ain't right though, but it's very good. T-real. So I think, now this is just me. Now there was a guy that shot that I think it's a rapper in Florida. They got the wick braid, the little 20-year-old that shot him. What is it? Wallow? No, it ain't Wallow. Wallow is a guy from Philadelphia. That was a rapper. They got the wick dreads. They got killed. And the 20-year-old killed him. This how you know I'm old, because I can't keep up with this new rap stuff. The 20-year-old killed him, and the judge say, "Yeah, we're going to get some good sweat equity out of you." That's the new age slavery. People not catching the hint with what's going on. They don't have to get rid of the 14th Amendment. Right? They don't. I'm gonna give y'all one. That's it, the Foley case. That's it, T-Real. The Foley case. I could not, like I told y'all, if it ain't Outkast, put him up, these Atlanta rappers, Young Bloods, your T.I.s and all that. I don't know who these folks is. I don't know, what is it, Julio? The Foley guy. If they don't get your sweat equity out of you now, this is what they doing. And y'all got to catch the hook. And I'm going to tell you, the place they're really doing it at, and ain't nobody paying attention to, is Chicago. Please pay attention to the judicial system and what they're doing. They don't have to get rid of, trying to find my phone charger, y'all. I don't want to die in the middle of the line. They ain't got to get rid of the 14th Amendment. They could just get put some dumbass laws in your city like the stuff you hear in Chicago, and that's the best way for everybody to die. You ain't got to shoot a soul. All you got to do is create the law where you can get do it to each other. Now Chicago is a different case. Now the rest of the states, like where I'm in the South, you finna go and make your $2.13 a day in prison. You finna be sewing uniforms. You gonna be chain gang shot on side the road. So it's either they gonna let you kill yourself, or you gonna be that good sweat equity that judge was telling that boy that killed that Julio guy. Now y'all, for me, people making this crime funny or this killing and stuff, cool. They ain't got to change the amendment. They smart. These folks 10 steps ahead. They say, hey, well, we gonna do a program, y'all. We're gonna program you. Cause technically, slavery is still going on. They just did it a little different. Corporate America is a form of slavery. T Real said, I don't know him either. But baby, that case, I think all the white you need to see for real, for real. The people ain't playing about giving your life just like Georgia. Yeah, but T Real, I'm in Georgia. And they ain't playing down here. Uh-uh. They ain't playing down here. You gonna be sweated. You gonna be a slave. So then what I think, the reason why they ain't got to take the 14th Amendment away, because they created a new kind of slavery. This just me being a little conspiracy theorist that I am. If you pay attention to how we all know each other, the new kind of slavery is the social media thing. That's the new kind of slavery. Everybody monetize. That one. That's first. The second one is the music. If they can program you through what you're listening to, that's why they call it a television. Tell, lie, vision, tell lies, and visions. Television. They program you there, and you are their slave. You're under their mental control. And you're gonna go out here and do what they tell you to do. Listen to the rap music. Listen to the R&B. They are completely programming everybody. It starts from the youth. So if they can start programming the kids, once the kids become an adult, they already got them. You see what I'm saying? See, when you say you in Georgia too, that's why you fine. Appreciate it. Thank you. I need more Georgia folk in these chats, man. Bring a friend to bring a friend to bring a friend. So the way they got these folks as slaves is if they can get you programmed to do the same thing on repeat and never ever break the cycle, never ever break the chain, never ever do something different, you a slave. Like you really a slave. Like listen to these folks, right? So I listen to Ti. Ti been one of my favorite rappers for a very long time. What up, Terry Joe? Appreciate you for pulling up in the chat, man. Go get your friends. Tell them I'm live, man. Tell them I'm live. Go get your friends. So I listen to Ti, right? Ti said he hasn't received that so much hate until he told people to stop wearing Gucci. And I agree with him. Why is you wearing? Why is you going out here committing these crimes, right? Think about it. These folks is committing crimes to go wear Gucci, and Gucci don't want black people wearing their stuff. And then after you commit the crime, you go buy the clothes that European don't want you to buy, and then you go to jail to be sweat equity and get pimped out if you're cute up in there. You see how crazy that sounds? You doing all that to go get behind the wall, and you think they got to eliminate the 14th Amendment? They ain't got to do it. All they got to do is put you in some type of cycle and brainwash your ass. And that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing. They've been brainwashing folks to make you think a cotton T-shirt with the letter G on it is worth $1,000 damn. Slavery. That's slavery. Y'all is buying a cotton T-shirt with the letter G on it and spending $1,000. But y'all got money though. But you got money. But y'all won't go buy no property. You see what I'm saying? They don't want you to own houses. They don't want you to own a piece of the earth. That's what I mean by they don't have to ratify the 14th Amendment because I already have enslaved yourself. Everybody's like, we got money, we got money. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. You ain't got no money if you just spent 1,500 on some shoes cut the bottom red. Who the hell see the bottom of your damn shoes anyway? Like, let's be honest with you. I don't see the bottom of anybody's shoes. I don't care if your shoe red or black on the bottom. My thing is, do you own a piece of the earth? That's what I mean by slavery. Now, these folks will give you a credit card and a loan. They'll make it easy for you to get a car note, but they'll put you through hell to get a mortgage. You see how crazy that is? You can walk in with a half a pay stub, and I said a half a pay stub, and you can get one of them dumbass Hellcats, and I said it. Especially if you can't afford the Hellcat. The Hellcat with the high ass car note, the high ass insurance. But go out there and tell them folks you want to buy a house, and they finna put you straight to the gates of hell. So, no, they don't have to get rid of the 14th Amendment because they found a different way to keep you on the plantation. Corporate America is the new plantation. Y'all better wake up. That's the new plantation right there. Corporate America is the new dang on plantation. The more you show yourself valuable, the less you get paid in corporate America. Don't be the best at your damn job. They're going to give you some weird ass title. And then when you say, hey, I want to make more money. Because see, Pookie and Ray Ray them over there in the corner, they said, I want that title there because that title pay me more money. And they look at you like, wow, we like you right here. And they will hire somebody off the street that don't know nothing about nothing that you doing. You got to train them. And guess what? You training the person that going to make more money than you. If corporate America ain't the new plantation, shit, I don't know what you call it. Like, y'all, man, listen. That's why I'm all for entrepreneurship. I think, you do got to have some type of, discipline for it. But I'm all for it because, see, when you are an entrepreneur and you run your own business, nobody can control your pay but you. And I feel like talking to somebody about my pay and my time, another thing is my time. Asking another grown ass person, think about this shit when you go to work. For those that work, I fired my boss 6 years ago. Think about this. When you walk in and gotta ask another grown ass person, can I have Saturday off? I got a problem with it. I got a real problem with it. It's my Saturday. Like, just think about it with me. Y'all come sit down on my couch. Come sit down on Auntie couch with me. You gotta ask an adult, can you have your Saturday off? It's your Saturday. Hell no. I knew then. When I sat down one day, this is back when I used to smoke reefer. I was sitting down one day and rolled me a blunt. And you get to thinking about stuff. And I'm like, I got to ask this bitch, can I have my Saturday off? And then tell her why. I'm not going to talk to another grown ass woman about why I don't want to drive my car that I pay for to your establishment. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. Terry Real say, Dennis, you better preach. Shoot, I'm trying to be like you and be my own boss. I'm going to tell you, T Real, this how I got a chance to be my own boss. I had to have faith. Because when you run your own business like it's spiritual. 'Cause I don't know. When you run your own business, you don't know when your next customer coming. You don't know when your next customer coming. You don't know when your next contract or gigs or whatever, business you choose to be in. You just gotta have faith that God gonna send it. But I always tell people with a job, you got that's the same kind of faith. So think about it. When you get in your car, think about it. When you go to work, right? When you first got your job, you had to put a week in the hole. And you didn't question them people about nothing. You didn't ask them how long they've been in business. You don't know if that check gonna hit your account the next Friday. You really putting two in the hole if you think about it. So if you start Monday and they get paid on Friday, you got to work that Monday through Friday and the next Monday through Friday to get paid for the previous Friday. You can just do that for yourself. I got to thinking about it. I'm like, man, they pimping us. I'm like, really pimping us. And then they be talking to you crazy in the building. And I had to do another mental reset, right? I was like, if I don't work, because I did construction, like majority of my life was construction and real estate. So I've been doing electrical work for about 14 years. Let me tell you this. I got to thinking, if I don't come in here and twist these wires together or run this pipe, this building don't get built. So who are you talking to crazy? So when you next time you at work and something, your boss get talking to you outside your neck, just remember they need you really more than you need them. You keep the business going. So why are you talking to me crazy? And I'm the one that keep your business going. So that's how I was able to kind of step out. Because I'm like, shit, if I can make that person this kind of money, then why not just move the middleman out the way and do it myself? So that's what I mean by the 14th Amendment. They really ain't got to ratify nothing. Everybody already slaves, including the white people. Like everybody's in slavery. You ain't got to rectify shit. All you gotta do is keep handing folk credit cards they can't afford, and they're gonna be stuck working for eternity. They did it. They finally did it. They did it. They did their best one with that. And again, if you somebody like me that don't utilize credit cards, your credit go to hell. Yo, I got bad credit because I ain't got no credit. I ain't got not now credit card. Not now credit card. They're like, ma'am, you don't have any revolving credit. And I'm like, shoot, I pay cash for everything. Like I cash out on everything. I just feel like another form of slavery is debt. Debt is a major form of slavery. It forces you to go to work when you really hate your job. Think about it. Car note, that's debt. Credit card, these. You know what? We don't even want to talk about these goddamn student loans. Fat pause. We got to talk about Salome and them. Them folk call me Salome and them call me about my student loan. In case y'all didn't know, I am a college graduate. I got a little bit of education around here. I got a little bit of education. So I'm going to tell y'all where I got my education from. I graduated from Georgia State University. Shout out to Georgia State University, class of 2016. And I have a bachelor's degree in real estate and a bachelor's degree in business economics. Go figure. Uh, so, the fuck called me and asked me basically when I'm gonna make a payment. I asked him for, can you come repo these degrees? Like I ain't seen degrees since they came in the mail. Like I be blowing dust off my degrees. I really go in the closet and go open it like damn and roll that shit back up and put it up. So I asked them, y'all repo everything else, come pick this shit up. Where can I mail my degrees back to you and yeah, get this off my credit and go on about your way. Then they said it doesn't work like that, man. I said it should. I said if I don't pay my car note, you take it back. If I don't pay my house note, it's foreclosed. What about this degree? I was like, y'all tricked us. Told me this degree was going, get me somewhere, and so far it got me in debt to y'all. I said, y'all get it in blood. That lady started laughing there. Get it in blood. So yeah, that's my next thing with the student loan. They tell you to go to college and get that piece of paper. Now, I'm not against college or anything. As you can see, I've gone to college. It's what you do when you get there. Let me see what you say, Terry. Real. You said Eddonis. Let me ask you something. My son said he want to go in real estate when he graduate. So you need to take up electricity too. I tell you, with your son want to do real estate, tell him to at least learn construction. So construction, or I met an investor, T real, and a real estate appraisal would really, really do him some well. Because I'm actually wanting to study for that. Uh Fun fact though, I'm glad you brought it up because I love me some real estate. So I met an appraiser. Now I'm gonna tell you, he was some bullshit. Cause I was trying to get some free work because he got the hard money loan, but he didn't price the construction correctly. So that's the main thing. Like if your son want to get in real estate, the main thing is knowing how to price, especially if you're going into rehabbing or home building. You got to be able to buy the house at the correct price and also price the construction along with certain type of financing, like the different types of financing. Like they got hard money loans, which is basically people with money that pool their money together. Uh, Majority of times, if you're doing a rehab, it's gonna be hard money or some type of construction loan, and he has to prepare for the what ifs. Like I give you an example. I met a guy and he didn't understand the permit pulling process because permits can become costly, like building permits and stuff like that. And you also, it's the order of what you do your construction in. So if you don't know the correct order during the construction, he can get ate up. So the man calls me out and said, hey, Doc, I need temp power. And when I got up to the house was gutted, like it was studs. And that's really a bad sign. I said, I can't pull a temp power permit unless you got a building permit. And dude, like, I need a building permit. I was like, bro, if I pull a permit for temp power, they suspect to come out here and see them studs. It's curtains. I mean, it curtains for you. So it's some things you just gotta learn about the order. And I don't mind teaching them. I don't mind telling what I know. You know what I'm saying, so your son can, grow out here. So I started real estate when I was 19. And I'll be 42 next month. So I was basically fresh out of high school and when I got my real estate license. And I started learning. I did bump my head along the way with it. Like I don't foreclose my damn self, especially during that 2007. Yeah, I got hung up with some properties in the '07 bubble. And I think how old was I '07? Like 20, 22, 23 years old. Yeah, I made some money though, but definitely got hung in the bubble. So you also got to know when to buy, when not to buy. You got to pay attention, very close attention to the economy. Um, because we do have little small recessions. We haven't had a major bubble in a while. What up, gossip and giggles? So the main thing, since he probably here in Georgia, Atlanta is saturated. Like if you can get a good deal in Atlanta, jump on it. But Atlanta is very saturated, so his best bet might be some of the outskirts of Atlanta, as far as purchasing. Um, Wholesaling is a way too, but you got to make sure your paperwork is ironclad. Because a lot of people don't understand when you're wholesaling property. Uh, when you're wholesaling property, that's a thin line between practicing real estate without a license. So you have to make sure uh, he got them contracts ironclad where you ain't, blurring lines. So I will tell you that, and it's a pretty, like I say, it's pretty good money in it. Uh, but you got to put some money into it too. So yeah, tell them this is my name. Eddonis Kinsey is my name on Facebook. That's you can inbox me, and I don't mind sharing more things. No, it's wholesaling, not wholesaling. Country gospel is wholesaling. WHOLE, wholesaling real estate. And that basically being the middleman. I'm gonna give y'all just a little quick one. So you basically get a deal. Say you got a distressed seller. This is for T real. And I can talk about this all night because that's my field. So say you got a distressed seller, they got a property for about 80,000, right? And say T real, we're gonna use your son as T real Junior. Say Junior comes up and he got the buyer. They want 80. At the price it is without fixing up, so you can get 120, 130 for it. So the way T Junior would make his money, it would be putting an assignment contract on that property. And then you have what's called an assignment fee. So now you have the legal rights to go out here and sell that property as if it's yours, even though you haven't conveyed title, but you only have it for you only have a certain amount of time to do that. And then you have to go to a closing attorney that's cool with simultaneous closings. Now that's where the law comes in. Is that what the law come in to make sure that your state that you're operating in does allow simultaneous closings. At one point Georgia was tripping. I don't think they're tripping no more. But that's how you will make your money in a wholesale way. Now you can buy a hold. I'm into buying and holding because I like rental properties. When you have a decent tenant, because I got some landlord and woe stories. This world. Like landlord, put your seat belt on. Especially in metropolitan cities like your Atlanta. It gets wild. So that's another story for another time. But you can't catch some buy a hole. Just make sure that whatever the mortgage is, you making something over the mortgage. That's another way you can get in on real estate. Like I say, ground up construction is the thing now. He can go snatch up one of them dilapidated homes in Atlanta, especially like close to Simpson Road, Zone 1, the bluffs and all that. Some of them old homes are still sitting. Snatch one of them in, snatch one of them up, push it in. Now, Atlanta ain't got that much land, so you can't go out. You have to go up. So you're going to see a lot of homes that are 2 or 3 stories now in Atlanta because you can't go out. You go up. So he can get in that too. And them people making bank. Like if he did 2 of them a year, he'd be a millionaire in no time. So that's another one. And rehabbing is pretty much the same thing, except that the margin is different. It's a little smaller margin than construction ground up. But I will tell you, the main thing with the rehabbing and the construction ground up is permitting and passing inspection. All it takes is one person to piss off an inspector, and your project is at the gates of hell. So that appraisal will tell you about. I met the appraisal while evicting somebody. So I was a professional evictor out my house. Like you don't pay your rent, you get the hell out my house. Now I'm gonna tell you what I noticed with the trend of women. Women be paying their rent until they get a boyfriend. I don't know. It's something about when that man get in the house, these women start slacking on the rent. And I be telling them, listen, I got a mortgage. So I ain't gonna pay for you and him. And that's not gonna happen. So y'all better work this shit out. Now, if you was single and you fell on hard time, cool. But if you got a nigga in the house with you, baby, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. If it's two hands in the house, two grown heads, you got grown children, I can't hear you. So I definitely a professional evictor and get the hell out of my house or her. So I made this appraisal and I showed him how to do the eviction paper. It was cool. But he took me to one of his properties. And guess what? The electrician, before I got there, cursed out the inspector. You don't curse out inspectors, okay? Homes. And guess what kind of electrician it was a white boy. It wasn't a African American. We know better. So how don't cuss out the inspector, and the same inspector is inspecting the house. So every inspection, that man was on the folks' ass. So I already looking at this man crazy. So I go in the house, and the electrician really F this place up. The worst part was he put the wrong size electrical panel in the home. So it was more circuits ran than the panel can hold for those that don't understand. And the man was out of money. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm not a free electrician. So that's not how it works. So eventually, I had to go ahead and cut homes out. So every time I quote him a price, first he wanted to talk to me about the Bible, which is cool. But you ain't going to talk to me about the Bible and then try not to pay. Because I'm going to quote the Bible verse about paying me before sundown. So this ain't going to work. So eventually, I had to go ahead and cut him off. But long story short, he was an appraiser. And to me, that's the cheat code for the construction and the rehab portion of real estate. If you're an appraiser, you got the whole cheat book. You know exactly what to put on the house to bring the house value up. You know how to look up home values correctly. You know pretty much everything. It ain't no reason for you to take an L. Now, I don't know why that man took an L on his construction budget. But he took an L from hell. I was like, hey, boy, I don't know it. How you an appraiser and don't know how to give a construction estimate? You supposed to know that if you add this much square footage, it's gonna bring this much value on the home. So that means at a minimum, you should know what you should spend to get this kind of money. So T Realtor, T Junior, yo, definitely look into real estate, a lot of money in it. What you don't know will harm you. I learned that in my 20s. What you don't know will harm you in that industry. Yeah, and get your money. Tell him to get his money. Definitely get his paper. Yeah, so that was my college thing, was real estate, economics. I went and got in economics, y'all, because I wanted to learn the Forex market. Right? I want to learn the Forex market. Now I'm gonna tell you, I was in there gambling. And was hidden. I was hidden. And they didn't know what I was doing. I was in there, it was like a video game to me. So when I go talk to these teachers in the economics department, because when you're trading stocks and all that, you got to know something about the economy. So I thought going to college to get an economics degree was going to show me that. And every time I talk to a teacher about Forex, their eyes would get big. And they're like, why you want to do that? I'm like, that's where the money is. Ain't Forex trading money? Every teacher looked at me, I got it crazy about the Forex market. I'm like, so y'all can't show me how to trade? And they like, we don't know how to trade. And I was like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing teaching economics? And you can't show me how to trade currency. So what I learned from the economics degree is we had to do policy studies. And basically policy studies is like basically politicianship. Politician. Politicians go over policies. So we had to basically they give us a scenario and they would ask us how would we fix that, and then they would say tell how this would affect the population as a whole. And what I learned from that is when these politicians are making these legislations and laws and things like that, while you're helping someone, you're harming someone. But it's never no even it's rarely a case where when they make a policy or a law that it doesn't screw somebody over. Like somebody always gets screwed up in the process of them doing something. But if you notice, majority of the laws and stuff they make benefit them. It always benefit them and pretty much screw us. So when y'all get mad or us get mad at these politicians, well, you didn't do nothing to help the black people and da 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 and blah 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 blah. Well, a black politician ain't gonna be able to come out and publicly say, "Hey, I'm gonna do something to help black people." Because the other race is gonna be looking like, "What you mean?" So if they do something to help black people, it has to kind of be slid in, or it has to be something that benefits more than black people. They just can't publicly say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this for the black people," or else they ain't gonna be in office next time. Or whoever put them in place gonna be like, "Let me holler at you real quick." That ain't what we discussed. So it's levels to all this stuff that's going on. It's major levels to it, and that's why in some cases they want us blind. They don't really want us to know too much. No, don't look too much. Don't talk too much. So I look at it for me. If you get some financial freedom, you can just enjoy your little time on this planet. Take your time too. What's happening, baby? Thank you for pulling up on me. Thank you. Yeah, so I look at it like this. If you get you some financial freedom, enjoy your time, because time is currency. Money ain't the real currency. Time is your real currency on this planet. Get your money and free up your time so you can enjoy what time you have here. Because the rest of this stuff is meaningless. It's completely and totally meaningless. Yeah. That's why you need to do something that you like to do. Now, I just think going to work for the man 9 to 5 for the next 40 years and you get that check at 65, 70 and you in bad shape, bad health, and you about to die and can't enjoy it. I think that is the most harmful. It was the most, to me, it's the most ridiculous thing that I've seen. So I talk to older people. I really like my folk in their 60s and 70s, because they can tell me something I don't know. Because I ain't 60 or 70 years old. So I had a customer introduced me to a father, and he's a master electrician and been one for 40 years. Now, I did just tell you I'm going to be 42. So me and work together. And I was like, "Hey, man, when you're here, I'm your apprentice because you've been doing this such a long time. I'm going to learn from you. Even though I'm a master electrician myself, I'm humble. I'm going to learn from you. If you tell me to hand me this tool, hand me that, I'm going to do that." So me and got talking about working. And he said, I always went to the money. So basically, what he explained to me is if a job pay a high dollar amount, that's a skill he would go acquire to go make the high dollar amount. And I said, shoot, I was doing that haphazardly. Because I was like, I can't make no low pay. It just don't feel right in my soul. So we talked about that. And I told him about a man. It was a man online And I believe he was in Detroit somewhere. He was a trash truck man. And this hurt my soul. He was in the like the I don't think he was in the Senate or nothing like that. It looked like he might have been. And he was saying, "Hey y'all, I've been working at this place 24 years and I make $20 an hour." He said, "I've been working here 24 years to only make $20 an hour. When somebody can walk in out the street and make 18." And the crazy part was he was 74 years old. 74, making $20 an hour. And he said, "I even work. I ask for raises, and these people won't give me no raise." He said, "I'm out here trying to take care of my family." And he's 74. And I was like, oh. So it reminded me of at my father's funeral. And this what really pushed me to never work for somebody. So my father, inside of his obituary, we only listed one job because he only had one job. My dad drove Greyhound. He drove a bus for 46 years. He only worked for one company, which was Greyhound. And it was originally Trailways back in the 70s. And Greyhound brought Trailways out in Atlanta. He only worked there. So I'm thinking, because when my parents were, when my parents passed, I was 34 years old. I wasn't thinking to be in a business or ask, certain questions. I didn't think, ask, certain questions like, hey, what did you start making in your field? You got to start learning how to negotiate your pay. I never thought about asking this. My dad had passed away, and I messed around and found one of his check stubs, and it pissed me off. It truly pissed me off. So, for a man that was driving a bus for 46 years, he died making 23.10, and this was almost 10 years ago. At the time, we made the same thing. I was making $23 an hour 10 years ago. So, yeah, 10 years ago, I was balling. I'm balling out there. But I looked, he had been in his trade 46 years. I had only been in my trade about maybe like 6, 7. It wasn't that long. So I'm looking like, whoa, that's slavery. That's slavery. And then they come to your funeral and hand you a plaque and like, thank you for your years of services, da 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 da. When you got fucked out your money, I got a problem with it. But the older people don't know that though. And some of the folks my age don't know. So I had an issue. I said right there, sitting at funeral, staring at the union people. And I'm thinking, I never worked for somebody else again. Like that's the first thing popped in my mind while my dad Cassie sitting there and looking at the union representatives. Because it, when you no longer work there, because he got sick and they cut his benefits. That's another thing with these jobs. Get sick and watch they cut your benefits. Man worked there that long, they cut his benefits. And that's before I even found out what his pay was. And I'm like, y'all really just robbing folk of their life. Like that real deal slavery. What you got down there? T Real said, right, working for people is still slavery. Yeah. They just dress it up nicely. You know what I'm saying? Like I never seen my dad without that damn blue uniform on. That's not like that man got more uniforms than a little bit. And I said, like I said, I sat down like, I'ma always work for me. It's called modern slavery. Yeah, it's a modern slave. And then you go get in all this debt because they offer it to you because you got a job. You gonna get this debt, get all these credit cards, and you living nice, but you better not lose your job. That's my thing. Everybody one paycheck away. If you think about it, if you really think about it, long hard, especially if you work for the federal government, them folk in the work position. Now back in the day, That was considered a prestigious thing, was working for the federal government. But now that I've had time to look, anytime the president or these folks can't come to agreement with a budget, you finna take your ass to work and you not gonna get paid. I was like, hold on. You mean tell me if you work for the federal government and these folks ain't decided on a budget, you can go to work and not get paid until they decide that they've come to an agreement? Man, nah, nah, nah. And then you gotta show up because if you don't show up, it's called AWOL. Nah, hell no. No. Uh-uh. I tell anybody, if you on my channel, we're gonna create entrepreneurs around here. You got a talent, you got a service or a product, get on out here and sell it. I promise you somebody gonna buy it. Trust me, somebody gonna buy that talent or service. And if you sell enough of it, you can get rich. Or whatever your definition of rich is. Now my definition of rich is owning my own time. So to me, I'm rich because I own my own time. You know, I get to do what I want with my time. So to me, that's the definition of rich and wealth. Doing what you want to do with your time, uh, having decent health. That's a form of wealth too. And what's funny, I was at Home Depot today, and he's a man. I think he's from Jamaica. He's an islander. We gonna say that. And I said, he said, how can I help you? I said, what $1 million is up in here? And we got talking about money. And I was like, money ain't no bring happiness or joy. I said, there's too many folk that got it, they want to kill themselves. Uh, Serious, and that's right, and done. We're creating entrepreneurs around here. Yeah, I create entrepreneurs, man. I pride myself in encouraging my friends to start their own businesses and get out here and work for themselves. I'm telling you, it's the most rewarding thing. When your son make his first sale, you gonna see the smile light up on his face, because that's the money that he generated. But back to the island guy from Home Depot. We were talking about, money it don't bring peace, it don't bring joy, it don't bring happiness. And I like money is fleeting. Like, cause if you looked at, like, pull out some cash, that ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Literally, it's some paper that the government went and printed. It really ain't nothing. So money will never really make you happy. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. It ain't like easy, You definitely can get you some new shoes and something to eat. But happy, now joy, peace. So man, here with the talking, chopping up, I'm like, joy and peace is an inside job. Money can never buy you peace. Never. Money can't buy joy neither. All that stuff is from the insides, it's the inner workings. Now, happiness is external. I ain't gonna lie. I just got finished eating. That made me happy. Now, am I still happy right now? Yeah. But it temporarily it's like a little dopamine hit. Now I got peace and joy. That's inside of me. But a lot of stuff make me happy, but happiness is fleeting. It comes, it goes, it don't stay. But joy and peace stays because it's something that goes on inner to go out. So we were talking about wealth, and he's like, a lot of folks definition of wealth is different. I said, yeah. I said, my definition of wealth is having a family, a place to stay, clothed in my right mind. That's wealthy to me. Uh, my freedom, then my freedom liberties. T Real says exactly money can't buy peace and happiness, period. Nah, no. It's impossible because it's a piece of paper. Like folk gotta understand money now is nothing. It was always a piece of paper. I consider money energy because in the Bible it said if you don't work, you don't eat, which is a very true thing. So my back is wide because I work a lot. You work a lot, you eat a lot. But yeah, it's just not but a piece of paper, it's energy. And the thing is, what I've learned most about money is that all the money belongs to God. Okay, so a lot of people don't understand that. All the money on the world belongs to God. You will never own money. Never. If you think you gonna ever own money, you gonna lose your mind. You will never earn own money. Money is a tool. That's it. Money is a tool. It's something you barter and trade for. That's why we talking about work. Okay, to get money, people trade their time, which is the most precious currency you ever got. And people will trade their time for money. So my issue with trading my time for money was what I look like giving you something that I can never get back for something that I would never own. You see how that sounds? I am giving you something, my time, that I would never get back for something I would never own. So when you go to work and you say, I want $20 an hour, $25 an hour, $30 an hour, all the hours you spend at your job for your $25, $30 an hour for those that are high paying folks, for those that don't make that much, 15, 16. I hope nobody ain't still out here making $10 an hour. I hope not. But you're doing that, and at the end of the week, you get your check, or every 2 weeks, or once a month, or however you get paid. You get your check to only give that money away. But remember, the time you got, you can never get that back. Like that. I tried to wrap my head around it. Your time and the money, it really don't matter. So it don't I don't think that people should look at money the way that they look at money. Like they look at money as I'm gonna say from what I've been seeing, what I saw doing my little research here is that people would do anything for money, but you never own money. They go, that's my money, my money, my you don't own money. So when you go out here and do this wicked stuff for money you don't own, you still gotta give it away. Like if you think of the people, the criminals, 'cause I used to be a criminal. Okay. So like I act like I ain't never broke no mouth. Think about this. If you get the money illegally, you got to give it away. Plus, to pay for the money that you got illegally, you got to not only pay that money back or pay the fine and the penalty for committing whatever crime, you got to also give up your time. But you're giving up your time for something that you would never own. Money always come and money always goes. It always come where if you work, it always come. But as long as you gotta live and pay bills, eat, and have responsibility, it's always going to go. So what you fighting for? What are you doing all this stuff for something that will never stay in your pockets? It just goes in rotation. Like money is always in rotation, but your time ain't in rotation. See how that works? So yeah, me and the man talked today. This the master electrician we talked to today, and because we talking about another colleague of mine. You know, they get invited. Because I get invited to parties a lot too. A lot of time I don't go because I'm always working. I told him, man, I said, I just want to look up one day and just, sniff the air a little bit. I said, but right now I'm trying to stack. And I told him, I said, truth be told, we ain't going. I said, if you die today, you will leave all this stuff on this planet anyway for these niggas to fight over. And then him laugh. I'm like, that is. If you do all this running around here for money, you gonna die and leave this stuff right here on their planet for these niggas if you and you got different color niggas to fight on. And you ain't gonna be here. So I'm like, so you gotta enjoy something. And we just kind of kicked him because he was older. He's older, so cause I like older people. He's like, yeah, when he was younger, he said he had a guy to tell him that. He said, you doing all this work, putting out this, saving all this money, and then you die and you leave it here. Well, I ain't never seen a brake truck behind a funeral. Have you? I ain't seen no brake truck behind a hearse yet. Man, Tam chosen. What's up, Tam chosen? Y'all pull it in tonight. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, I've never seen a brake truck behind a hearse. And it made me look at it like, do stuff differently. Like if you see like your previous generation doing something a certain way, just do it differently. I just learned that working somewhere 40, 50, 60 years until you old and you too old to spend your money and enjoy your money is the new form of slavery. That's all. It's the new form of slavery. Now the next form of slavery is that these folks ain't paying attention to. What is it? He said it's a hey T real. I couldn't see your name good. That's why I was speaking in cap. So you and they got yelling. Taking time to you and him yelling at T real. Oh man, I thank y'all for pulling up on me though. Yeah, so that's my spiel on money time and things like that. I just think that you should enjoy your life. I don't think you should spend your time I call it don't waste your damn time, pretty much. Don't waste your time. And you guys keep me, I'm having sinus problems. Don't waste your time. And I mean, I don't have a particular thing or don't waste your time on. Just don't waste your time. Every day, do something. It doesn't have to be towards making money, but do something that you enjoy doing. Like I'm gonna tell y'all some other things that I enjoy doing. I'm a writer. I am a writer. I've been writing. I started off writing songs, poems, and stuff like that when I was younger, and that's how I became a rapper. uh, I used to rap to get stuff off my chest. Drop a beat, and I would go in on the beat. It was my way of releasing whatever was on my mind. But I also realized, with that, that's kind of was some things that I enjoy, and it makes life easy. And I think as adults, you should take this time to get out of slave mode and find the stuff that you truly enjoy to do, and it makes life a lot easier to live. Uh, like I enjoy doing these lives. Like this is my thing now. Like I wasn't really like a social media or a content creator, but I enjoy doing these lives because I'm able to talk, to you guys and meet other like-minded folks. So I think as adults, I think a lot of adults lost their zeal because they didn't keep certain hobbies that made Tam Chosen said T real, yeah, I'm good. How are you? They speaking to each other in the chats. Um, Adults need to find their hobbies, their things that make them happy. And to me, that's how you live longer. If you're doing stuff that you truly enjoy, like if it's cooking, some folks, cause I got friends that color in coloring books, and while you play, I might go get me a coloring book on y'all. like I, it's stuff like that. I like what's that arts and crafts store, Michael's, like get a canvas. 'Cause I used to draw, get a canvas, start doing some artwork. Like there's things that I just think that you all should do to get back to. I say you, but as an adult, you might lose yourself along the way. T real say, Tay, I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm getting these yells from Eddonis. What about you? Ah, thank you. Yeah. I that's when I discovered CapCut. So I ain't been in no recording studio in about 20 years. And I did engineer somebody, I say maybe like 6 years ago. And this was somebody that knew me from doing music. But I kind of shied away from music because they had gotten so bad. Like when rapping becomes dangerous, where every time you turn around, a rapper gets shot, and I'm like, y'all want to keep rapping? But I thoroughly enjoyed music, anything artsy, creative, and that was my way of escaping the monotony. And once I became an adult and started having these kids out here, I had to put that back. So I think as women or men, if you're watching, pick up your talents. I'm going back to the studio while y'all playing. I'm going back to the studio. I am getting me some studio equipment because I miss rapping. I miss rapping. I want to go back and pursue my dreams as a rapper. Hold on, y'all talking to me here. Hold on, let me see. Let me read some of y'all chat. It says T real chilling like a villain. Listen to the live, watching some TV. Appreciate it. And you get ready for work tomorrow. Minty Mints. What's up? What's up? In my first time seeing you. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for pulling up. Yeah. So yeah, I really liked rapping. I really, really like rapping and making music. So I play a host of different instruments. And I feel like my zeal for music is coming back. My zeal kind of died a little bit because once you start having kids, you got to prepare for them, and just life took over. It's like I kind of want to go back to it. I really do. And besides, I feel like the generation of older people are different now. Like the 40s, we still kind of vibe. We still like here vibing. We were like our parents, like I don't know. I ain't gonna say old and graduate, but we kind of like we're like the new cooler parents. Like the millennials, we are the cool parents. So I just feel like that I would fit in with pursuing something I always wanted to pursue, which is music. And yeah, I might get some definitely some backlash from it. But yeah, well, I'm gonna be a gray haired rapper. Leave me alone. Minty Mint, Eddonis, you know damn well you can't. You can't what? Hold on. You can't. Let's hear it. Minty Mint, go check the beginning of my intro. That's me rapping. My intro is me rapping on my own beat. So yes, sugar, I can drop them rhymes. Thank you. Now I ain't much of a freestyler though. I ain't gonna get on here and get kicked like I can freestyle. But definitely a writer. That I am shouting. You gonna mess around, make me put my whole song out here and get me one of them accounts and you trying to drop my music. ah, and how I even got up here on this right. So my son, right, he asked me one day, he was like, Mom, what did you always want to be? And I said, I wanted to be a rapper. And he thought I was playing. Because he hadn't really heard my music. I was like, son, I'm dead ass serious. I said when I was your age, I had a recording studio. My parents would have brought me equipment. So when I'm telling you, I'm gonna take y'all back for the real folk that really was in the studio, really making music. I was recording on ADAX. If you don't know what ADAX is, you have not in the studio. My first demo tape was on a reel, the big reel, like the big circle that spins. I recorded on one of them before. So I started recording in the 90s, like 90. We're gonna say 94, 95 is when I got in the studio. Couches, I hope you have a marvelous day at work tomorrow. Yeah, Mitzi, man, go rewind this up, rewind this live or any other live, and the beginning is me. So we had the ADAT machines, and the ADAT machine looked like a VHS cassette. Why your eyes look big, baby? That's me. That's me 20 years ago. And it sounds like something for today. T real, thank you. I appreciate you. Hope you have an amazing day tomorrow as well. Okay, they talking. So I had the ADAT machines. And fun fact, that song that you heard was recorded on ADATs. And the ADATs come with a controller. And I had the 24 Mackie mixer board. And I had all this stuff before we went digital. So in the middle of me doing music, we started going digital. So a lot of folks were calling it going digital because we getting off the ADATs. And I recorded on the very first Pro Tools that came out. Like I got I had the DGO2 board. So having that recording studio and then going digital, you have to just keep upgrading studio equipment every so many years. So it does get expensive with the studio equipment. So I had that, and keep in mind, we're talking about me in high school with recording studio. So I started wiring up people recording studios. I had grown folk coming to me when I was in high school, especially when they found out about my studio in the hood. They're like, "Who hooked your studio?" And I'm like, "Me." They would pay me to come hook their studio up. So in actuality, I've been an electrician my whole life. I had the studio, the booth. Um, Before I could afford the phone in the booth, I was saving my egg cartons. Like that's how deep I was into these. I was saving it. You curse my lyrics over here. Miss, yeah. Yeah, I was out there with that baking soda. That when I was a young whippersnapper. Yeah, so I would put say my egg cartons. I would say my egg cartons. Before egg cartons, I would put a quilt over the door and wrap in the door. Like y'all have to understand, I had gotten creative before I could get certain equipment. So after I saved up enough egg cartons, I would take the blankets off the door and I had glued the egg cartons to the walls. Now, my parents weren't too happy with me gluing egg cartons to walls. Them folk were thundering out with me about them damn egg cartons on the damn wall. And I was like, well, shoot, I need studio phone. But I literally had saved up like a couple, about 100 egg cartons. I had them, you said I just ran back and listened. Hell yeah, that's me, scout. I put all the egg cartons on the wall. My mama them was, woo. So I got it. I got to get down there. We got some more phone, but I put the phone up in there. But the worst part about being a white woman show on the music was I would have to record. I had to figure out. Like let me tell you what I was doing. This is funny for me. I will push the record button and run into the booth. So imagine you trying to rap and you don't flew into the booth, and then you gotta catch the beat. And I started. Then I finally figured out how to put the delay. So there is a way you could delay with them old 8 tracks, where it's like a 8-10 second delay. It'll give you time to walk in the booth. So yeah, I did. I learned a lot of the music stuff. We just I said once my son got here, it was kind of one of them things where it's either you rap or you buy Pampers. And I realized I got to get something stable where I can support taking care of a child. So yeah, now that my son is almost an adult, see, mama ready to get back out here and roll her nice and try it again. Yeah, well, I might, I might be rapping for the older people And I definitely got to perform during the daytime because my bedtime be around 8 or 9. I'm about to perform at brunches, especially like Atlanta, all the different brunch spots. Yeah, I might be popping up at them brunch spots. And yeah, I know your fault. Like, but I know the hell she ain't gonna come back out rapping. The hell I am. Call that shit midlife crisis. And I told y'all last time I had one going to buy a motorcycle last year. Y'all better leave me alone. I'm gonna catch up on this time I was out here parenting. I feel like I've been raising kids my whole life, and now it's time for me to go back outside and catch up on the time that I missed. Ah, nah, dead end. Yeah, yeah, Atlanta was a place to be. Back in the times I was rapping, that was the place to be. I mean, I can't even hold you. Them 2000s here in Atlanta, man, you had to be here. If you from Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. But the folk that ain't from here, you had to be here in the late 90s and early 2000s. We really was out here turning the hell up. We were turning up. When I say it wasn't, we didn't have much of a care here. Like a lot of was just different. I mean, I'm trying to explain. I wouldn't want to be from no other city. You know, some people just be like, I wish I was from a different city. Nah, not me. Atlanta was the shit. Listen, we partied so much here. None of my friends like party. Like we had a club for teenagers here called MBK, My Brother's Keeper. It was off of Greenbrier. Greenbrier right at 160. Like I said, what I'm naming y'all stuff, it says, Good morning, Eddonis and Chet. I enjoyed the live. Georgia stand up. Yes, man. Yes, sir. It was on 166. So you from Atlanta in Greenbrier in 166. And it used to be in it's a pool hall over there too. What I say we was teenagers partying here, like we were clubbing at 13 and 14 years old here. So when people be like, "Does you finna go out and kick it?" I get to thinking, I'm like, nah, I want to play with my plants on my front yard. I knew what you meant, T Real. I knew you were getting out of bed, but definitely, T Real. My name is the same place and spelled the same way everywhere. You and your son can hit me up, and I definitely give y'all any pointers I can for your real estate endeavors. You know what I mean? I'm all for helping. But yeah, it's nostalgia here for the club scene. Now, it's all Atlanta has always been like a dangerous place. But I will say it was some fun times. I mean, Greenbrier Mall, it was a spot, was it Georgia Young? Oh, was it Georgianos? I think it's called Georgianos. It's a if you from Atlanta, if you walk in on the food court end, if it was the luxury high price clothes there. And when I was younger, when they had all the Coogee in there, like Coogee, back then a Coogee sweater was like $300. And it make you just dream like, damn, I want that $300 shirt and $500 pants. You know, that made me think back then, like, and the stuff we would do to try to get there. Like, imagine hustling to get a fair Coogee sweater for them to only come out with another Coogee sweater. You would have to keep buying Coogee sweaters to keep up. I got one Coogee sweater when I was in high school, though. And when I tell you that was the most expensive buy I had back then. Today, that $300 ain't too dead fly, but back then. you was considered balling if you had on $200-300 something. So it kept us, you know, because Atlanta wasn't what you say like clothing. Okay, so like the hip clothing store we had back then, what a spot called Balboa's down in the underground. Now, the underground was the absolute place to go shopping. So I used to shop at Balboa's, definitely Walters. I still shop at Walters. Let me tell you, I still to this day go to Walters. I even took my son to Walters and he fell in love. Walt, shout out to Walters downtown. I think the guy Walt is may rest in peace, but I think his son still run the place. Baby, listen. If you a sneakerhead, that's like for me, I'm a sneakerhead. So that's like putting a crackhead in a crack house. They got all the flyest clothes down there at Walters. Like after you had the V, I used to spend my whole shit. I worked at MC when I was in high school. I'm just going down memory lane with y'all, right? I used to work at MCI. I'm that old. MCIO. I worked at MCI at 16. So they came out of high school including us, right? And this story right I'm about to tell y'all is funny. So my parents told me not to drive to my job, which is up Georgia 400. So if you're from Atlanta, you know. But if you're not from Atlanta, I'm sorry. I'm 16, right? Driving on the expressway, me and my partner. And I didn't know 285 was a circle. Now remember, I'm 16, so don't get out here like, how you not know 285 was a circle? Remember, I'm talking about I was 16. Me and my partner lapped 285. And I got on 285, and then my daddy cussed me out. This shit was funny. We had payphones. These folks don't know nothing about these payphones. We had payphones. I go to the payphone and I ain't got no change. So get what I do? I call collect to my house. Now you know back in there, you better not call nobody collect. A collect call what? So I call my dad to collect, and this how I call. So you know, they say you have a collect call from you say your name. So for me, they say you have a collect call. Like, hey daddy, how many cascades is it? So he picked up the phone. He said, nigga, what? I said, daddy, how many cascades is it? He said, how many cascades did you see? And I saw it twice. He said, nigga, you been on the expressway an hour? Now keep in mind back then, 3 Cent Mafia was my people. That was my album folk. So I had some 12 in the trunk, cut that 3 Cent Mafia on me and my partner rang. I was like, we're gonna get to work eventually. No, we did not get to work eventually because Eddonis is laughing 285. So I ended up calling my job and I explained to them I asked how you get there. Because remember, we ain't got cell phones. We ain't got GPS. All we got is MapQuest. And that means you got to go print the directions off before you go to where you're going. So my dad was mad at him. He drove us there. He said, "Now I just drove you here. You better remember how to get here." I had to go home. My dad drive me and my own buddy to work. So I know how to get to work on the expressway because we didn't have GPS and cell phones back then. So after he did it one time, I knew how to get to work. So I knew how to get through Atlanta there because I'm from Atlanta, but up Georgia 400 with the rich white people, no, I do not. So we worked there. I was making $10 an hour in high school. So I was in high school between 99 and through 2002. So $10 an hour in high school. What up, 105K? Appreciate you for pulling up. $10 an hour in high school, man. You can set up balling, right? So we got paid every 2 weeks. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I working a 40-hour week in high school. Like I've been working since I was 13 years old. Y'all heard right, 13. Like I was washing cars and stuff like that. So bam, me and my partner, we get our check. We worked $10 an hour plus commission because we were telemarketers. To this day, I don't even like being on the phone like that. So I would get my check, and y'all, I was blowing that check at the mall, Walters. It was a spot called Mix downtown. If you ate at Mix, you a baller. So me and my partner would blow our check and have just enough. I would go buy me a barter card because I realized, and gas was high to me then, but then I was doing a lot of rides. I'll buy my barter card, my weekly barter card, and I'll make sure I had just enough to do that and to cover my little lunch. And we're blowing our checks every week. Now, if I had been smart, I'd have been saving them, but I wasn't that smart because Atlanta's one of those fashion cities. Like we big on fashion here. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. We hella big on fashion and style here. Now, cars, this car culture, we didn't really have it here growing up. So that's something to me that the out of towners brought here, which I think is cool. I kind of like the car culture because I like cars. So I'm not offended by it. But what I am offended by is these folks racing down the wrong street in Atlanta. That's what I'm offended by. Racing down Calverton Road, Atlanta, you're asking to die because they don't fix the road. We don't believe in that. But yeah, that was our city here. We partied, very cultural. This is a get money city. Now I've seen a lot take place here, and it made me be like, damn, it's time for me to get out of Atlanta. So when I was having my son, I figured I would have to make a change to exit Atlanta. And that's what you have to do no matter what city you're in. If you're living in a place where well, if you don't want your kids to make the same turn that you made, you have to do something to prevent them from making the same turns that you made. Or else you're gonna do what's called a generational curse. So what you got to talk about slavery. You're gonna repeat the curse. So when I grew up in Southwest Atlanta, I was there when the white people was there. And I'm gonna tell y'all about white flight. It's called white flight. And basically it's pretty much like a white neighborhood, and then black people start moving in, and then white people start moving out. It's called white flight. So when I grew up in Southwest Atlanta, we had white neighbors. And the funny part was, when I was a real estate broker, the owner, he was white, but he had lived in Atlanta. What up, Ashley Boy Mom? He lived in Atlanta prior to me being born. So we talking about two different generations of people. So when I told him about John and White Park, he said, I used to swim in John and White Park. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, I grew up in Southwest Atlanta. I'm like, excuse me? Because he's white and I'm black. So I'm like, when did this happen? And he told me the time frame. And I was like, yeah, that when Southwest Atlanta was white, but that's black. So you got to pay attention to what's going on. So I was born in 80. I'm going to give out my year. I'm born in 84. Do your math. Crack hit in the 80s. So when crack hit, it changed the demographics. What up, as the boy said, my ATL says, man, y'all hey, listen, man, y'all Georgia folk, bring some old Georgia and Atlanta people to the chats, man. Bring your cousin them over here. Bring your people them. So when crack hit, it changed the demographics for Atlanta. All right. And you got to be honest with you. We put crack out here. I had to tell me and my partner back then, we had he come say, like, who put crack out? I said, ain't no nigga in the basement with no laboratory. Well, if you mix this and this, that's going to get him. Nah, man, we put the crack out. Damn it. You already know who put the crack out. So the crack got out, and you saw the decline in black people. in Southwest Atlanta. And then the other thing that changed the demographics for Southwest Atlanta was when they brought Section 8 in. Don't nobody want to believe it, but when they brought in Section 8, it did bring in crime, and it just became perpetual. Now, people don't want to hear. I know somebody go, "Cause man, how could you say that, man? This is the truth. I saw it. Like we had a red lobster on Campbellton Road, and that boy was gone. We had like real stuff on Campbellton Road, and these businesses closed and moved out because of the crime rate. Ashley Moore said, Lord, the old stomping ground. Yes. Talking about the old ATL and the, so I've been around the world, yeah, on this line. So the white people moved away, right? Because that's what happened, white flight. But here's what you got to pay attention to the hook when stuff like this happen. They call it regentification when the white people move back in. Now, I don't have no issue with white people. I'm just telling you what it is. When white people move back into the city, they call it regentification. That's it. And I did a research paper. I'm gonna have to post a research paper, y'all, that I did for this grant. So I wrote a grant to the federal government to try to get $236 million. And then when I wrote this grant, people were like, "You're so crazy. Why are you trying this?" I'm like, well, I mean, they're giving away money. The government is giving away money. He's a stomping ground. I mean, he said, and my son, good. He said, my good, my son, God, good mom. Ask about what you talking about. So I wanted this grant to be able to buy up the dilapidated homes in Atlanta, because at one point it was a lot of dilapidated homes, and make them affordable living. Now, when I did this research paper, Atlanta had tore down all the projects. And that's another form of slavery to the projects. They tore down the projects. So when I did the research papers on the projects, these projects was holding like basically 3 and 4 generations of people. I'm gonna say, he said my oldest son, godmom, lived right across from the golf course. Oh, she lived up the street from Adams Park Golf Course. Yeah, Adams Park. Yeah, like I grew up on the funny part. I grew up on the golf course. I ain't forgot about all that. I might have grew up in the hood, but I grew up on the golf course. I forgot about the damn golf course, Ashley Boy. I got to put that out there, shout out. I grew up on the golf course, but I did grow up in the hood. It wasn't the hood at first, but it definitely turned hood. They took the neighbor out of neighborhood into left hood. What was I talking about? Dang. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the projects. So it's up to 3 or 4 generations. Oh, you talking about Johnny White? I deal. Oh shit, man. Listen, that's Cascade. That was the good end of Cascade. They got 2 ends of Cascade. I call it the hood end of Cascade and the rich end of Cascade. That turned into the hood end of Cascade. But they did fix that joker back up though. Them homes hitting over there now. So the project was holding 3 or 4 generations of people. And they were saying it was a crime haven. This is how they describe the reasons for tearing down your Herndon homes, your Carver homes, your Perry homes, Techwood, all them projects. So they gave the reason for tearing down because of the crime haven, 3 or 4 generations of people living there. That means it was perpetual. Grandmama lived there, and then the mama lived there, and the mama had the kids, and the kids lived there. It was generation on top of generation on top of generation, and nobody would want to get out the projects. So they tore them down. But here's the crazy part. In my research paper, they gave these people Section 8 vouchers for the outskirts. Okay. Preferably Rockdale County, Clayton County. It's one more county they gave. I had to go look in the paperwork. They gave the people these Section 8 vouchers for the outskirts. So when they took their crime to these counties that didn't play, girl, I used to hang tough at Etheridge Court. I ain't had no business over there. Not now business over there. Ooh, I ain't had no business at Etheridge Court. Mm-mm. Listen, sometimes, when you do start asking about mom, I was hanging out at Anthony Court, and that was a level of hood I wasn't. Like, I'm hood, but I think it's levels to being hood. And that was a different level. Like that, like since you mentioned Anthony Court, I think I brought it up in one of my other lines. Anthony Court, like a doggone high school. Like, it's like high school living. Like, it's building A, B, C, D. Like, I was hanging out in the front part. Somebody messed around and took me to the back to be like building D. It was like it turned into a whole nother room once you got the building D back there. So I was like, ooh, I don't want to be back here and building D. I'm gonna go back up to building A in the front. I think it's safer in the front. Yeah. Yeah, I know a little something about Etheridge. I told you it ain't just the Decatur's old seat for me. Uh-huh. You know about zone one. See, I'm from the west side, just not that part of the west side. I'm from the southwest side of Atlanta. But I mess around everywhere. Like I'm gonna tell you like this. So Alabama, I went to Glenwood Day. I damn so did. I went to Glenwood Day. I was okay, and I'm gonna tell you how I ended up in Glenwood. And for those that are not from Atlanta, Glenwood is the east side, and I'm from the west side. But the pretty girls are typically on the east side. So me, being who I am, you say, hell, you, me, and both had no business. The damn trap. Which damn trap? Glenwood Day or Etheridge Court? Which damn trap you talking about? I was at all of them trying my soul. Oh, every last one of them. So I was finally later, right? To Glenwood Day. Uh, because you were pretty. So my partner had put me on the shoulder, and this is the crazy part. So back in the day, if you out here, on the in being a lesbian or whatever, somebody always trying to hook you up with somebody. Like, I got a gay friend too. And I'm like, I ain't about to ask you to hook me up with nobody just because your friend gay. Don't mean they need to hang with me. But he introduced me to Shaw, and Shaw was bad. And I was like, well, appreciate it. Thank you. So me and Shadow were kicking it, and she like, shit, I'm gonna go to Glenwood Day. I ain't had no business at Glenwood Day, but I went. And I could have been all in the wrong mix, wouldn't have known where to go. I just was out there hanging with the pretty girls. Now I know some of y'all might be like, hey man, the girls that way pretty. Now the east side girls were pretty. They pretty and they were hood. But they were pretty though. Now the west side girl, please don't shoot me. Some of them were bad, but some of them like they had gone through some shit. I ain't gonna lie, some of my west side girls like they had gone through some shit. Like, hey, God, hey, lighten up. Yeah, I always thought the pretty girl was on the east side. You know the Etheridge Death Trap? Yeah, baby. I almost lost my life in that guy. Did I tell? I can't remember if I told that part about sitting on the couch. And that bully, you know what? I might tell it tonight if I didn't tell. He said better know it. That's why I told you folks out here in the YouTube street, please don't make someone come out of retirement. Respectfully. Listen, Ashley Boy Mom. My last crash out episode was how many years ago? Just a tender 4 years ago. No. Come here. The last time I crashed out, I was 36. So please, I don't want no more crashing out in real life. Cause I listen, and the boy might depend on what it is. I will schedule my trip to jail. Depending on what you do, I might be like, let me see. I think I'm off Monday. I go to jail Monday. That's why I gotta leave him alone. Crack retire, leave him alone. Retirement super crash out back then. What up, summer mommy? So I don't know if I told y'all about my Etheridge court story. But I'm gonna tell you asking boy mom about this time I was in Etheridge. So I was in, I think building A is in the front, and it might have been building C. So if you know about Etheridge Court, you drive in, and if you driving in, you go down a little bit of hill. I was in the building to the right, and I think it was C building. So he said, man, them hood day block parties be lit. That when we had that's when we have here take us back to the good old. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm got there back down memory lane. So let me tell you about this story and the boy mom, anybody from Atlanta, man. I was in I needed C building at the mid courts. Now, I was just hanging with somebody and ended up at Etheridge and then became friends with everybody over there. And that's kind of how I am. I'm a cool person. I can get dropped off somewhere and just be over there and be friends with everybody. So I would hang out with this chick in her apartment. And I had got a case of gas. Okay, I ain't no shame with my game. Nigga had gas. Like the gas that get trapped up in your back. Okay? So I was sitting on the couch and my nose was tickling. Right after mama said, right, you done play way too much out here. You know, we having the food. So my nose was tickling, right? And I was trying to hold in my sneeze. Because I figured if I sneeze, I'ma pass gas and they gonna hear it. And smell it. So my nose got the tickling. Y'all, I sneezed, passed gas and fell on the floor. But when I sneezed and passed gas and fell on the floor, a bullet hit the television. But keep in mind, I was sitting right there watching the television. So if I didn't sneeze and fall on the floor, I would have got shot in the back of the head. True story. True story. And if they took where we, you know, Atlanta had a lot of shooting anyway. It wasn't like other cities, but if you from the hood, shooting really just was like damn, they shooting. Get down on the ground. It wasn't like, no, oh my God, they shooting. Ah, it was a hey, shot to get down, they shooting back there. Who had that shoot? Don't worry about that. Just lay that out real quick. It was just like that. I sneezed fell on the floor, the bullet television, and then shot was still sat in that kitchen like, damn, they back there shooting. And never ducked. But I'm gonna tell you, that sneeze part saved my life. That sneeze and farted. That poop. That poop saved a nigga life. And I wasn't in pain no more because that gas had me in pain. I don't know what I ate to produce some gas like that. And I don't think I ever ate it again because I can't remember it. You said, hold on. You said, no, what now? Jeff, Allie, Etheridge, Coast. But baby, Friday, oh, well, them folk party. They went to the pool palace every Friday. I was in the pool palace too. Ask one more to know about that pool palace. You don't know nothing about that pool palace. Oh my God, the pool palace was my clap. It was my spot. The pool palace, the bounce. I was going to the bounce in high school. What that thing called now? I think the bounce is called the bank now because it used to be called Bankhead, but now it's called Donald Lee Holloway. So I don't know why they judge Atlanta by this crowd like an old Atlanta was no old Atlanta wasn't no joke. We just old now. The new crowd of the out of towners here. That's the new crowd. The out of towners have came here and brought they out of town foolishness with them. So we were turning up. You said everything about it. Oh my oh. I'm just leaning with it, rocking with it in my head right now. Yes, I'm seeing spaceships on Bankhead right now. Yeah, I listen. Ashley Bob, where were you when Depot L drop? Bitch can't do it like me. That song to this day. Oh my, bitch can't do it like me. Oh, bitch can't do it like me. That beat, that Fruit of Loop beat, Slap. Whoever made that beat in D4L did they thing. That's a forever classic. Bet you can't do it like me. What asking for us and well down, that's what's up. Now I never heard no shit like that before. But shout out to the poop. Yeah, that game boy. Ooh. Ooh. Man, I used to party in them apartments, but by Etheridge, I think the bounce was closed by the time I got out of high school, but I was going to the bounce. And when I tell you, if you was an air, you said all into me. Definitely. If you was a white Air Force One to the bounce, go ahead and throw them away. Throw them away. Yeah, they're gonna be brown when you get out the bounce. When I tell you, I used to get the hot top Alpha One. I always see nobody rocking the high top ones. But they mid top, high top different, but the mid tops. I used to rock the mid tops up and down, and baby with the Jabot jeans. I was Jabot down. Stop playing. Come out there on them goddamn go Alpha One brown. Let somebody step on your shoe in the bounce. You gonna have their footprint on your shoe. Another spot at the bottom. What you know about the 559 in the West End? Y'all know about that 559. Listen, y'all. So I got a sister that way older than me. And baby, I used to take her drive license to the nightclub. I was clubbing. She getting ready to go to work. She does it for outside. 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 Listen, I was all up in 559. Killing them. And going to school the next morning. Stop playing with me. Tired as hell in school. But guess what I did last night? I went to the club. I went to okay, so I had a chemistry teacher, right? And she had a very high pitched voice. I'm gonna go ahead and say her name because it's been my 25 years and her name was Midline, my chemistry teacher, right? She did not come to work. She called out from work. She's supposed to be sick. So they said she wasn't feeling well, she wasn't coming to work. Cool. I'm up at club, I think it was Esso's. It's either Jaguar. No, I think it might be Club Jaguar. So I think Club Jaguar turned to Visions of 112 and 11. So I'm up at Club Jaguar. Party. I just told y'all. My sister goes to sleep to go to work. I'm getting them drive lights. I'm outside going, hey, I bump into somebody, right? This lady is shaking her ass all over the place. I didn't know about my teacher, and we bumped into each other. When she threw it up, I looked at her and I like, but like, what you doing here? She was like, Eddonis, why are you here? And I'm like, no, why are you here? I thought you was sick. And she was like, we looked at each other and I looked at her and I'm like, I'm finna leave. And I had a drink in my hand too. I just looked at her like, you better not say nothing. No, I turned around and left. Needless to say, I did pass that lady class and graduated from high school. That lady was twerking in the goddamn nightclub. The caught that shit from work and your ass in the nightclub twerking. It said both of y'all are close to my oldest daughter. She went to Atlanta for 1 year because her college is up there. She don't know too many people up there in the big old city. What college she in? Ashley, my mom. See, you used to dress Gucci, OJ the Juice Man, all the dope boy from the west side to the east side grew up on Gucci. OJ Future, out here, brother, etc. And we call Future Meathead. Y'all heard of Gucci, Future nickname was Meathead. Yeah, I heard about that. You know, like I said, I'm not from the, from the east side. But Future first album, after Bobo, I still listen to Future first album. Now, as he got, comfortable, I was like, but I can't do it. But that first album he dropped, man, I feel rock to it. He said, really ask him, but not me. Yeah, why y'all call him that? That's his name, shit. Shit, I had a homeboy named Boothead. Y'all heard right, his name was Boothead. I wonder what Boothead is, though. That was my little partner. My oh, let me tell you I know. Let me tell you about my mama, right? My mama petty as hell. May she rest in peace, but she was petty. And I guess where I get my pettiness from. So I tell my mom, right, I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A. Now, Chick-fil-A is Sunday. Let's keep in mind is Sunday. And I tell my mama I'm going to Chick-fil-A. And she didn't tell me Chick-fil-A was closed on Sunday. This is how I find out Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday. So Barry, on the low drive in Atlanta, and the low drive is in two different cities. You either in Atlanta or East Point, or you call it East Point. I might say Point just for the fun. So boom, I walked to my homeboy house, and his uncle we was the engineer that taught me how to do like all the music stuff. So I like, hey, me and my partner finna go to Chick-fil-A. I tell my mom that she cool. We walked. Like he might it took he a mile away, so I walked a mile to her house, right? And we gonna catch the bus on Sunday in Atlanta. So you know the weekend schedule right different than the regular schedule. So boom, I walked to your house. Now keep in mind, we done did a lot of wondering. Walk to your house, we all go pick up my other homeboy named Booty. Okay, we stopping and we're picking up people to go to Chick-fil-A. But ain't nobody tell us Chick-fil-A closed on Sunday. That would piss me off. We don't talk to folks' parents. I get there, everybody cool with their kid leave with me because they know I ain't gonna get no trouble. So my mom and them gonna kill me. Even though I was the one orchestrating the trouble, I just didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? So boom. We catch the bus and we on Cleveland Avenue. It's a Chick-fil-A on Cleveland Avenue. And the bus don't go all the way up Cleveland Avenue on Sunday. So after catching the bus, we had to walk. We get all the way to Chick-fil-A. Now keep in mind this trip was 3 hours. This was a 3 hour trip. I get to Chick-fil-A and they closed. Now, we ain't got no cell phones. I can't call and be like, Mama, why you ain't tell me Chick-fil-A was closed? Who is no none. And then on that strip, I couldn't find no payphone either. So I was like, hey man, y'all just want to go to Crystal. So we ended up going to Crystal's. And when we got back to my homeboy house, my homeboy house, I called my mama and asked her to come pick me up. And I got the car. I said, hey mom, I said, we got a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A was closed. And she said, I thought you were lying about going to Chick-fil-A. She said, I knew Chick-fil-A was closed on Sunday. I was so bad. I'm like, you could have warned me. Yeah, and let's not talk about doing this while being high. We walking and smoking a blunt. So imagine walking high all those hours to get to a place that close. You say, Blake, yes, the real Johnny Mitchell. Mama got me, man, got me. I guess she like got him. You won't be lying about where you going no more. He asked the mama, so that's the test of saying that his daughter here, her daughter here in college. It's a laugh my ass off. I'm gonna tell by email because oh shit, yeah. Tell me my email I don't want no weirdo trying to stop my I mean shit, you know, in the land of weirdom. I forgot we in the land of weirdom nation. But I I can't even say if she in a historical black college or predominant with the state college. I can't even do that. Except Future was quiet and chill. See, he really a cool guy. He just a hoe. But hey, y'all didn't hear that from me. I mean, as the mama, we can see here a hoe. The evidence is in the pudding. Now, I mean, now I'm not condoning sadism in any way. As mama say, Crystal be the after club or late night fast food that will be good, but you going to do the bath. Crystal, listen, that Crystal's on Campbellton Road, baby. That Crystals on Campbellton Road, first of all, you are taking the chance of getting robbed if you at the Crystals on Campbellton Road. They closed though, but we were taking getting robbed chances at the Crystals on Campbellton Road at any given day. If I don't put one in the air and it ain't nothing to eat, I'm finna go get me one of them diarrhea burgers. The In and Out burgers, Slider burgers, Shitter burgers. I'm finna go get one of them. Oh, I was about to say, listen, so yeah, you said the future of hope. But let me tell you something. Man, I'm not promoting sadism, but let's just keep it real, Ashley boy mom. The pretty girls are in Atlanta. The pretty girls in Atlanta. I really can't I really can't, I ain't mad at him. I ain't saying do it. I'm saying I ain't mad at him. Because we had the Beyonce's here before the Beyonce came out. Y'all can't tell me the bad girls won here in Atlanta. And you know what else? Next city is Houston. Because I messed around with the Houston like, woo, what y'all put in the water here? Y'all got some in the water. So definitely the bad girls here. I really can't follow him from being a hoe. It's really easy to be a hoe in Atlanta. That's the easiest thing to do here. The hardest thing is not being a hoe. If you not being a hoe, that's a difficult task. Actually, one said, yeah, my oldest son goes to Georgia State and he graduates this year, which is a year earlier. I'm happy. Oh, we got a Georgia State alumni. I'm class of 2016. Boop, boop, boop. I wore my GSU shirt today and I got stopped everywhere I went. Like, you went to Georgia State? I'm like, yeah. Business, economics, and real estate, baby. And I graduated on a dean list, so I'm not stupid. I would tell you this: for the two people who kids is at Georgia State on here, listen, to get in Georgia State is hard, and to get out of Georgia State is hard. That was Georgia State gave me my first couple grade hairs. That's because you right about the east side and the west side female, but we definitely have some pretty women. Yeah, I was always every time a chick come holler at me, she's like, I'm from Stone Mountain. I'm like, hey, why you from there? I'm from Stone Mountain. I live in Stone Mountain. Why you live in the mountains? Why you on the east side? By the name Brockett Road. I live on Brockett Road. Why? Her play all the pretty girls vibrate here. They not from Atlanta and they go straight down. It just seems like 285 each just makes them just get off and move there. I don't know why. Actually, one of the pretty girls you speaking about that she is going to. That's a fifth between classes. Is that even a word? Did I miss something? Ah, yeah, we had some. We still got them, man. Like, oh, yeah, that was my time, my heyday. The East Side, Stone Mountain. That's where I was always hanging out at. I mean, it was some money out there too. I can't speak on that too much, but it definitely was some money out there on the East Side. I really enjoyed myself out there on the East Side. Yeah. Real thoughtism, real holy, three real holy me out there. Real holy me. Cause see, the West Side, I'm from there, and I got family members here. So I don't want to just be bouncing around on the west side. I could have went to school with somebody, and Atlanta's so damn small. Atlanta way too small. Exactly, and that's why I'm so proud of my son. He's so smart, man. I love to brag on him. He could be doing wrong, but he's not. I was a young teenage mom. So wow. Good deal, Ashley Boy. You started early and put one through college. Listen, that is an accomplishment to get, especially, listen, as a boy mom, I had to go pay someone to tutor me for me to pass the entrance exam to get in Georgia State. That's how deep it was to get in Georgia State. And then, right, this is another thing. Okay, so my class 2016, was they said the most African Americans in history graduated in my class of 2016, right? I didn't know this. I didn't know they had some of the people, I guess like counselors, that were doing stuff to kind of trip the black people up, right? So one of my degrees, cause mine was a double bachelor, I had to take statistics, and statistics was hell. But this counselor told me to take calculus, and I passed calculus right with an A. And his back counselor said, "Who told you to take calculus?" And I gave the counselor name, and she's like, "You didn't need to take calculus." And I'm like, "Well, why did you gonna have me taking calculus?" And when I say I was not stressed out, I was stressed, stressed out. Calculus had me stressed the hell out. I could do nothing but study that much. It was it. Oh, I just traumatized myself. Like you would think statistics was hell. Statistics didn't bother me. That didn't bother me at all. Calculus did it to me. And accounting math. The accounting class. I did flunk accounting. I I didn't flunk. It was like a considered a D, and they was like that's not gonna work because you don't get any credit. So I had to go back and they allowed me to do a credit some type of credit replacement. So that's how I was able to maintain staying on the dangerous. But that accountant math. And I was like, why are we doing it like this? They got a computer. But anywho, you had to do it just like that. He says, well, Dennis, I know you're glad to pay. Listen, so as a boy, I'm gonna tell you why I went to Georgia State. Because I was getting ready to be convicted of a felony. And my attorney said, hey, you gotta look good. I was like, college it is. I was go to college. That's how I ended up in college. So I was in these streets and they're like, yeah, you gotta look good to the judge. I was like, I can go get in Georgia State University. One moment, please. I would have got off in that shit and saw it through. I seen it through 5 years of classes. But I enjoyed the real estate class though. I ain't gonna front to you, like seeing how they do developments and so when I got to the real estate development portion, y'all, I started seeing the architectural portion and realized I had gone too far. I wanted to be an architect. Like designing the buildings was dope because it's design. It's a let me brag on someone. So let me brag on Summer a little bit too. And my baby walked across that stage this morning. Yeah, receiving many certifications. I had tears in my eyes because they grew up so fast. What does the time go? Summer money. My son going to the 12th grade. I'm with you. I understand. I understand as a mom who felt like she just gave birth. Blink, blink. I got a child that needs to shave. Oh, congratulations, little Summer. Congratulations, Summer. Do your thing, Sean. Please, don't stop. Get it, get it. I can tell that's why you see how I dress my youngest son well, both boys, like I do. I love styling myself and others. College is a big challenge for real though, Edana. So I know you're proud of yourself, girl. Yeah, especially I did it for a judge to be like, oh my gosh, she changed her life. Listen, once I got in college, I was like, damn, I should have been studying books the whole time. Like I actually like the book. Congratulations again to Auntie Baby Girl Grow Up. Yes, congratulations, Summer Mommy, to little Summer. Tell her to keep going. Don't stop. Get it, get it. And make good decisions. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I did it. And well, funny, and my family thought I was stupid. Like, I'm not stupid. I just be in these streets. I nigga know how to read books and comprehend. I realized that I am a schoolgirl. I'm a nerd, and I like to sit down. So after I got in college, I like, man, I actually like reading books and studying. So to this day, I read about 10 or 15 books a year. Like I really get on this phone, and I get my Kindle. I got a Kindle app. I don't do the audio books like that, because I feel like it's cheating. Yeah, I mean, I can listen. Like if I'm at work, I can put something on to listen to, but I will legit get the Kindle app, get on my computer because you know a nigga old, and I be reading books. Like shoot, last year I did about 15 books, and some of them based on health. Some health things that I'm trying to look at natural, holistic ways of taking care of myself, and that's definitely another lie for another time for health. But I also was reading on the fun fact, the stock market, like reading how to learn how to read the waves, how to chart some of the candlestick patterns. I was reading that. Um, Also, I was reading the book called The 1 Minute Cure, and it's talking about food grade hydroperoxide, and it's called oxygen therapy. Like y'all got to hear this. You know what? I was gonna save it. I'm gonna touch on it just a little bit before I get up live. So basically, this oxygen therapy, right? The reason so many of us are sick because we don't have enough oxygen in our body. Uh, Someone mama said she hear you, Eddonis, and she said thank you, my baby over here blushing, and congratulations to your young man, Eddonis, for getting to the 12th grade. That's a big deal these days. Listen, after threats, I done threatened this boy all year. Like, boy, you play with my top, don't play with my top. Don't play on my top, son. He made it, though. I was so happy he made it. Yeah, like, listen, I am so proud of him. Because, baby, my son is the milder version of me in high school. So anybody that went to high school, you know, like I wasn't like bad, but I was bad. Let me see. Like I was sneaky, kind of bad. I was always doing stuff, not getting caught. Like I was doing a lot in high school. So my son is not doing a lot, praise God. But he showed enough picked me up. And I'm like, listen, it's like parenting myself at 17 again. I'm like, listen, son, please. I already did some things. Just listen to me, and you won't have to make these bad choices. Oh no, you said also for you said that I didn't realize that was about oxygen. Yeah, the 1 minute cure is about the oxygen. So in other countries, they're doing oxygen therapy, which means they are putting hydroperoxide, food grade hydroperoxide in water and stuff like that, and you're ingesting the extra oxygen molecule. So peroxide is H2O2, and you know water is H2O. So the extra oxygen molecule is what go inside your body and fight diseases. They don't want us to know about that, but I've been studying. He said, yes, kids will motivate you for sure, Ashley Bowman. So, what I learned from reading that book, and I started reading other books, I started getting involved into it, is that we have to eat food and fruits that produce the additional oxygen. And then in there they have a table. Now, I haven't tried the drops in the water yet. So, I was taking the ingesting of different foods. Like I started juicing, making certain teas. So I got off soda and I minimized bread. Now today I turned up and I went to a bakery. But for the most part, that additional oxalate cancer. I'm gonna tell you how I found out about the food grade peroxide, right? When I was in the union, there was a guy, he was pretty cool, and his girlfriend was dying of cancer, right? And he was an extreme vegan. Like there are levels to being vegan now. He was to the extreme, like he didn't wear leather, all kind of stuff. Um, So me and him went out, we hung out, and he took me to this place called True Food Kitchen, which is vegan. I'm cool with vegan food, but I'm not like in my mind where you get it from. It's a you can get a fruit grade peroxide. Okay, it's in Hateville, actually, boy, mom is next to Don Chun's Tacos. That's where the health food store is. At. It's right next to Don Chun's Tacos. And you can buy the food grade peroxide, and she's gonna give you it's a chart that goes with it, and she'll tell you about the book 1 Minute Cure. So I say do it when you got time to be off of work, because remember the extra oxygen molecule is going to expel something out your body, whatever don't supposed to be there. So I wouldn't take it and have to go to work because you might shit on yourself. I would like you go get some stuff out your body that shouldn't be there. I thought they declared someone wants to too actually, but I don't think they got it in them. I get my fresh produce from the Cap Farmers Market. So I go get I just beets. But I tell you beets before going to the gym or before doing something else, if you catch myself, uh you put drink that beets about an hour before going to the gym. Baby, you gonna feel like a young woman up in there. Beets, I just beets, carrots, ginger, um purple cabbage. Purple cabbage is not bad either. Purple cabbage with some apples and some ginger. All that stuff really just make you breathe. So even if you don't do the food grade peroxide, eat fruit. Eat fruit and vegetables that produce oxygen. That's what I've been doing, and it's been doing me a world of good. And the teas, like banana peel tea. I've been swearing by this banana peel tea. If you get you some bananas, chop the bananas up and freeze them so they won't go bad. Boil the banana peels, cinnamon sticks, cloves, and bay leaves. Listen, it's been beating my sugar into the ground. For the diabetics on my channel, drink it. I also been getting inflammation out my body too. It says we either down, but they say we learn something new every day. Oh yeah. And I caught your replay the other day and the 4 year old. Yeah, I was referring in your chat is intelligent about to. Yes, Mr. Juju. Yeah, I like yeah. I like we gotta bring Mr. Juju. We gotta get Mr. Juju on the panel. You gotta bring the 4 year old up on the panel, man. 100K at? Yeah, we're gonna bring grandson up on the panel. So I had no idea about them fire tornadoes. And they pretty too. Now, do I want one in my house? Hell no. They are pretty. He said, have you heard about the lady at Little 5 Point who test your blood to help you get the right food? You know what? Somebody mentioned her to me. You gotta yeah, ask my mom, where is she at? Because I do know you have to eat for your blood type. I learned me a thing too, you know. I told mommy that's why I was trying to make my lives a little different. 'Cause I be having so much going on in my head that I want to get it out my head to teach y'all something, and y'all can teach me something. We can learn from each other. And yeah, cause I didn't know I like a fire tornado. I was thoroughly impressed. I'm like, we can do this. Come on up here. We're gonna learn together. Yeah, you gotta eat for your blood type. Now, yeah, I'm a believer in you can also practice your own medicine on yourself. And what I mean by that is I ain't saying go out here and be a licensed doctor. But what I am gonna say is it's called medical practice for a reason because they're practicing on you. So I just feel that if they're going to practice on yourself. See how your body reacts to what you eat. Like I saw if I ingest more protein, I don't have a sugar spike, which also helps me lose weight. So I ingest more protein. Protein is a bigger part of my diet with fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. Now, I ain't gonna act like sis don't be out here turning up here now, but I don't do it as much as I used to. I also eating out. Y'all gotta tell out. You say yes, he is so bummed. I haven't been yet. I heard, and then you know what? I'm about to make that trip this weekend because somebody told me about her too. And I'm like, shoot, what do I, for your blood type? Because so certain things may cause certain stuff to happen. But I also asked the boy, "Mo, you need to hit 700. 700, I get my tea for 700. I want to get me some raspberry green tea. Um, Raspberry green tea. I got one called Dragon Well green tea. And when I say that Dragon Well green tea will get you going. I mean, you finna get up and move. Like it gonna do something to you. And I also got an anti-inflammatory tea from there. They also have one for diabetes, and they got a blood cleansing tea. Now I did buy a blood cleansing tea from the Jamaican guy in College Park, actually, my mom. But also, I went to Seven Number and they got it too. So a lot of times you might need a blood cleanse. So what I'm learning this year, 'cause each year I try to learn something different, like majorly different. So I started changing my diet year before last, with the eating out because I noticed if I eat out, it makes my sugar go wild. And I realized that diabetes is short for saying that your body can't process food. That's where I put diabetes in, is that you cannot process food. It says right, you have to cook more, eat healthier, and yes, I can't wait to go to her. I get my black charcoal toothpaste from down that way too. Oh really? I'm gonna have to mess around to find out down there. Cause I usually hang in like little 5 points every now and then. If I'm in that area, I pull in 7 out to get me some kale salad, and they the Arden's Garden juices. Now I looked at Arden Garden, like I'm thinking there's everything here, but I paid close attention to the contents of juice on there because I was trying to figure out in my head, like how come when I juice at home it only lasts a maximum of 48 hours? Like typically when I juice, I have to drink it right away or freeze it. So I noticed that, but I was like, how the juices are, in the bottle stand on the shelf. So I said, plus I go to Sprouts, me and my granny, she Sprouts with that high, with the high, but you know, I'm about to go on that shop with your granny, with Sprouts too. But Sprouts has food. Yeah, after mama, I got some honey from 700 with the honeycomb in it. I ain't seen a honeycomb in honey in a very long time. I got a big block of honeycomb in my little honey jar. So I can't wait to eat it. Yeah, I ate a honeycomb when I was shoot. I ain't had a honeycomb since I was a little girl. And it's something about chewing into that thing is chewy. I can't explain it. But when I saw it, I was like, mm-hmm. And that little jar was $24. That little jar of honey with the honeycomb in it was 20. No, no, no. It was $27. It was huge me. But I put a thing but I had to get it. And it's good too. For sinuses, I drink it now to try to come back sinuses with the weather change. But y'all, I've been on here with y'all for 2.5 hours. That right enough with two. My juice be so good and fresh. And you know what? My next live, Ashley Boy Mom, she's gonna be talking about the show. And of course, all the other ones gonna be talking about in my head. Hey y'all, I appreciate y'all keeping it with me tonight. I totally appreciate y'all pulling up. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I want some more subscribers, y'all, man. Pull y'all friends in. I'm trying to see views on my content. We're gonna talk about things that we can use. As well, most of my favorite smoothies, I be making last more than the juice. Yeah, the smoothies can last longer than the juice, but if you juice, you got to do that thing within 24 for their lasting fresh. So, y'all, I'm gonna do some more interactive lives like going to the gym live. So I'm gonna start trying to plan that. I got me a little tripod, and I'm ready for us to go out, get in shape, feel great, be happy. If y'all want to know, if y'all even got some businesses y'all want to talk about or research on, if you got any topic you want me to do some research on, hit me up, man. I got a Instagram, Facebook. My name is the same place everywhere because it's my real name. You say, well, I got to watch those cooking clips. Yes, I am starting back to the cooking. I had some work done on my kitchen. So we almost done with that. So definitely some more cooking videos will be coming up. Um, yeah, you can do all that. All that. Might be going live cooking so y'all can see some of the dishes I be making too, man. And yeah, y'all pull up on me, man. I love y'all. Peace out. I got bills to pay in the morning. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that showed up today. I saw taking time to tell. Chosen Minty Mint, Ashley Boy Mom, Summer Mommy, who else? Who else? Let me roll back up these chats, man. Get these shots out to up in here. Hold on. I got T Real, my other Georgia folks, man. I got ATL Georgia people, man. Pull some more folks up, man, in my chat. God put this all out of my bid. We just saw somebody said Atlanta bid. You feel me? What else we got going on? Let me see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. Yeah. And listen, Gossip and Giggles, thank you for pulling up on, man. As always, appreciate you for showing the love. Terry Doe, appreciate you. Thank y'all for following through. Me and Barbara, thank you for following through. I'm getting all my shots out. Listen, y'all. And if I don't say your name, please charge to Prosperity 26. Yeah, thank y'all for pulling up. That's who pulled up in the chat today, man. Y'all drive safe this weekend. Drive safe. See y'all. Peace out. Until we talk about it louder, 8 peace up, 8 calm down. All right. Bye.
I'm laughing at y'all niggas. Yeah. Give it to me now. Y'all niggas real funny. Money Mafia taking over. Yeah. We clocking. I'm your perfect lady, riding that black Mercedes. That up your nigga, got him saying I'm that first lady. Baby, your mouth is sassy. With a raising the dirty sauce. That's soft like baking soda. I hit you with arm and hammer. I'm a boss, bitch. You talk shit, I walk it. AK, what nigga with the full clip? Things you dream about, I already did it. From the streets to cul-de-sacs, from dimes to pound bags. I'm bragging, but these are facts. I say, your head bobbing, I'm back. Man, you're robbing, I got these trucks knocking. I'm rolling that purple stuff and drinking that Grey Goose. I roll up to the club, buy 20 or more. Now, if you